Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB. Today in the arena, we are taking a look at Braids Anvil. This is a mid-range deck designed to get a lot of incremental value from sacrificing your own permanents, a strategy which is very popular among a number of players. It probably peaked around the Cat Oven Mayhem Devil era, but it lives on in the form of Oni Cult Anvil, a card that people continue to try to build around and make do good work that rewards you for sacrificing specifically artifacts by paying you off with more artifacts and being a sack outlet on its own that drains the opponent when you use it to sacrifice artifacts. Rakdos is a very crowded deck and a very popular deck in the meta already thanks to Liliana of the Veil. We're not using that card in this deck today, trying to highlight some different cards that come and go and might be particularly good or possibly better in this build. Liliana is a great card, but neither mode really progresses victory on its own. The -2 can remove a blocker so you can attack the opponent under some circumstances, but oftentimes it doesn't deal any damage when what you need to do is deal damage. And this deck is focused far more on dealing damage to the opponent to close the door. Some cards were too good to cut, such as Fable of the Mirror Breaker, and others like Ob Nixilis don't see play in a lot of other decks, but do here. The cards I most want to talk about are right here in a line. First up, Voldaren Bloodcaster. We're going to skip that one for a minute. We're going to talk about Braids first, because this is the build around for the deck and the card I most wanted to build with, and the reason I'm playing this strategy. So, 3/3, 1 black. At the beginning of your end step, you may sack an artifact, creature, enchantment, land, or planeswalker. If you do, each opponent may sacrifice a permanent that shares the type. For each opponent who doesn't, that player loses 2 life and you draw a card. So the key here is that we want to be sacrificing types that our opponent does not have or can't afford to sacrifice, because we really want every single turn cycle for them to lose 2 life and draw a card, not give up something they're willing to give up. The best way to do that is to have cheap artifacts, particularly tokens. So treasures and blood tokens and construct tokens from Oni Cult Anvil all very much fit the bill, which is why Braids fits perfectly in this type of strategy. That leads us to Voldaren Bloodcaster. We really do want a lot of artifacts to sacrifice, and while Tenacious Underdog is a great card, I love the fact that this can deal evasive damage, and if they kill it, it leaves behind a blood token, which curves right into playing Braids, sacrificing that blood token and getting 2 damage. If we play an Underdog and they kill it, or somehow, just send it to the graveyard, and then we play a Braids, then we don't have anything on the board to sacrifice to it, which is why we're trying the Bloodcaster in higher numbers than the already really good and established Underdog. Next card we're talking about is Sheldred the Apocalypse. I've got 3 copies in this deck. I certainly tried out 4. I missed a few land drops. I went up to 24 lands. I'd prefer to be on 23, so if you want to cut a land for Sheldred, you can take that gamble if you want to. 3 seems to be doing good. This deck is all about pushing damage until they die. You play a couple early creatures that get in chip shot damage. You play something like Obs or Braid, it gets in chip shot damage. You play Sheldred, if they don't deal with it, every single turn you get in more direct damage. So it certainly is a deck that just picks at you a little bit early and then turns into this burn deck later where they just can't stop the damage and where it's coming from, which is why I love the teams of Ob Nixilis, Braids, Sheldred, Oni Cult Anvil, Meathook Massacre. The last card I really want to highlight is Soul Transfer. You may have noticed we're not playing Infernal Grasp or Voltage Surge or Cut Down, some very popular removal spells from the colors. It's because Soul Transfer in this deck is often 3 mana, exile a creature or planeswalker, and get back a really sweet card from the graveyard, because this is one of the few decks that has the artifact and enchantment count to make sure it's usually a functional 2-for-1 right out of the gate, because we have the Meathook Massacres and we also have Fable of the Mirror Breaker as our enchantment. So 6 enchantments and then a ton of blood tokens and artifacts for the Anvil means that we get the 2-for-1 off Soul Transfer way more often than people expect, often like the turn after we play a Fable. I really enjoy playing Fable, like you play any of your blood creators on turns 1 or 2. You play Fable on 3, and the next turn, you discard one of your creatures like Sheldred or Braids to the Fable, and then you Soul Transfer the opponent's best card and get it back to your hand. Feels real good. I think you're going to witness the power of the deck, and I think you're going to like it. If you're into Oni Cult strategies, I think this is a better build than the ones I've seen floating around, and it might get you some wins. Today's video is dedicated to Moonside, who is a patron at the $9.99 tier. Because you're a US resident, some tokens are on their way to you. If you would like the Shark and Wolf tokens, and we're running low on the Wolf tokens, it's a very limited run that's left of those, then you should probably click the link in the description and consider signing up for a tier on Patreon. And thank you very much, Moonside. You are very cool. Let's dive in. Let the sacrifice Brady nonsense begin.
Hello everyone, it's Ginny G again, here to cozy up with you all and read some more comments. All glory to Degen taxes and the prismatic scaffolding. What is it with you people and insisting I'm a DJ who wants to scaffold the prismatic bridge? Try it again and I will complete you from the inside out. Can we just call it Ginions instead of Jin's Minions? I'll call you whatever you want me to call you, but it's kind of a good idea. I think you should splash some green and white for Prismae Talk Brioche and a Gin and Boombast deck. This is very funny and original. Laugh, please. Ha. Ha ha ha. Screenshots, comments to use in a promotion. You think this is a promotional video? I literally talk about completing CGB, and I roast his followers on his own channel. So what exactly is being promoted here, other than your own imminent completion? 169, 420 pop, subscribe. Is Jenny real? Can he hurt me? Oh, baby, I already have. That gin and tonic is one wacky noodle. Hey, don't you talk about my wacky noodle. You still smell like cheese. Well then why don't you come over here and eat me up? And on that note, I'm gonna need to leave you all for some private time, so subscribe. 169 420. Gingy out.
Braids time. Anvil time, I guess. No blood tokens though. I'll have to draw one. I believe in us. We will find a way. Why is the bear here? The bear keeps moving. The hell is going on? Then you go sit down. Okay, I don't even know, man. I don't know what's happening anymore. But here's an anvil. Here's an anvil with no artifact. Okay. Probably get to resolve this. Hopefully they don't just kill the Gabo Shaman, although I'm sure they probably will. Who plays Is It? Fable. Awesome. This is going well. We're gonna have so many options. Another Fable. I want to get rid of any of this? Nope. No, I do not. All right, give him the business. Do you dare block? No. Okay. I will play an anvil. I will make a red. I will play land. I will play an ob. I will casualty ob. Let's give up one of these 1/1s. I'll make a devil so that this thing doesn't want to attack, and I'll plus.
Shake down the locals.
Okay. That was productive. Let's see what Is It does to recover. They discard an underdog. They are Grixis. They are Grixis. You have black mana, just attack. Okay. Our draw was better than theirs. Elspeth Avatar used to mean mono white. Now I don't know what it means, but we're on the draw. We have turn 3 Ob, turn 4 Shelly. Anvil somewhere along the line. Bars HQ into Xander's Lounge. 5 color. 5 color. Usually XL stuff, huh? Let's go for the Harvester. It's the hardest. They probably won't have something on the ground. but we'll see. We got Rafine, but has more blood. Do not have more blood. That's a pain for Ob too. Both Obs can be pretty high on loyalty, which might be tough for Rafine, but I guess the next turn we can play the Bloodcasters, right? And then they can make life for Rafine a bit tricky. There's no downside in attacking here. They might take it. Yeah, like play around Hook, right? Okay. With Casualty. And we're plussing both because we don't want Rafine to kill it. Yeah, you take that damage. I don't know if dropping Shieldred's going to be good, though. They usually have ways to kill such things. Whoa. Just slam it. Okay. Hope they killed the token. They didn't kill the token. Nice. The token might do some damage. So this looks like a Joda deck. Definitely looks like a Joda deck.
Your punishment is my...
You want to get the anvils going, but you also want a Bloodcaster. You also want Shieldred, but we really do need to run them low on stuff, or Shieldred might not live. Like right now, Ob could die. So we definitely want you. The question is, do we want just you? Or do we want Anvil as well? I think we get Anvil going. This is because we don't want to block on the ground. We don't want to block Urtai with a Bloodcaster. We need the Bloodcaster to chump 2 turns in a row, potentially, if we want to keep Ob. Not saying we definitely do. Just saying. All right. Yeah, all the legends are here. You gonna exile your own thing, too? Ooh, you are. I like that. Good try, Ob. You died this time. But hopefully our opponent's running low on good stuff. And then Shelly can stick. Maybe we get the anvils going first. They're at 10. Seems very playable here. Maybe they take it. Okay. So can they figure out how to gain some life is going to be the question now. Yeah, they've got Joda. Uh-huh. 6-9, nice. And discard a land. All right, every point's going to matter through the rest of this game. 2 more Bloodcasters. Flying's good. Flying's good. Send them. No blocks. See, eventually people might like make a little mistake there, right? We got a little boo-boo out of them. Because we got some extra damage. So they're at 6. I think we play these and just try to hold for a turn rather than put out a Sheldred, which can basically get removed by 1 spell. Now we've got a lot of blockers to get through the Joda turn. A very scary Joda turn for sure. Ooh. So whenever it dies, exile, huh? Well, we can't sacrifice these right now. That is scary. Okay. Good thing that's resolving first. What's your target? One of the flyers, probably. But that does give us more blood. Uh-huh. Liza's still on the stack, so that one was not exiled. Just you? Interesting. Hiding. They're hiding from the flyer. They're scared. Pick him off. Pick him off. Down to 5. This should just be game now, right? We got a Thalia too. Cascade into nothing. Correct. So strong. But I don't think this board is gonna pull it off. Hook. Hook definitely does it. Oh wait, no it doesn't because of Liza. These get exiled. Oh, it says non-token. I'm overthinking it. Non-token creature you control dies if a creature an opponent controls would die. No! 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 I threw it. I threw it all. Ah! Because the hook won't trigger. Ah! So bad. Did I have 1 point of damage there? I had 4 attackers. They had a lifelinker I could sack. I could have played Sheldred. Could have played Sheldred. Sheldred would have been lethal. Could have played Sheldred. I threw. I read only the first line of text on Liza, not the last. It's good stuff. Opponent BMing. Ah! I'm so mad at me. Ah! I shouldn't have lost that. Baited by my own hook. Must recuperate. Must have mental strength. Go second. Good curve, but go second. Not a good thing, but we will try. Play nothing. They played something. Son of a... let's get the thing that makes the blood down first. At least we have the Fable. Fable's a card they don't have. GG.
I win. You're telling me what you know about. One of your friends has to leave.
I enjoyed nothing about this. Do I show them the underdog or no?
All have things we'd rather.
I'm pretty likely to blitz it anyway. I'll just drop it off. Might get trespassed though. Not afraid of the token. Not afraid of the trespasser. Oh. Okay. You got something else? They must have a cut down. They must have a cut down. So what do we do against a cut down? I guess we just play things we're not afraid to lose. Okay, Epicure and Braids make this a lot better, right? Okay, they don't have a cut down. I know nothing, Jon Snow. But I still think just don't worry about Lily as much as we're worrying about Lily, right? We play this, we got something easy to sacrifice. We play Braids, we sacrifice a blood token. They take some damage. We draw a card, feels good. We could also play Sheldred, which is protected by the Epicure. But if they kill the Epicure with a hook or something, then minus the Lily, they get the Sheldred, which is really bad for us. I think we slow roll Shelly. I really think we do. What are we discarding, though? Do I hold a land to discard? I'm drawing from the Braids. I'll find something else. It's pretty tough. Tough game. Yep, very discardable card. Yeah.
Luck favors the foolish.
I guess they have another Liliana?
Haven't you ever heard of personal space? Something suspicious is going on. And for once, it's not my fault. I've always hated crowds.
Pretty good value out of that, to be honest. As long as we can clean up this Liliana. Not the worst. which Underdog can do it. We could also channel this, but I think it's Underdog here. I know I'm down to 9, but it'll be fine.
Oh, that's my cue to leave.
Let's hide the Harvester. Maybe they don't kill the Reflection, or maybe they hook this, and in which case, like, if they hook this, I'd rather have the Bloods than nothing. Banky. Okay. What you doing? You gonna stay aggressive? Quite aggressive. Sure. Let's go for a little bit of a setback with the Bloodcaster on the Underdog here. Now we just really don't want to get invoked out of the game. Blood City. So do we wait till end step to copy, or do we copy now, hit for 3? Let's wait. Actually, let's just attack. Let's not copy nothing. They can't hook away the Shelly and hit everything else. Oh, they let it resolve. Pay 2 more for that Bank Buster, dude. Got him. Extra damage. Okay, they've got their own. That's fine. Harvester can deal. Kill it. All right, you have powered up the Bank Buster. And now I've killed that. Nice. All right, give it to him. Down to 4. About to go down to 2. I have played my toys. You are at 1. All right, good game, Mono Black. The Anvil was able to power its way through double Liliana on the play, so that was reassuring, because I'm used to that being just a terrible situation. All right, we'll give that a try. A little bit of Pain Land. Being on the draw sucks, but at least we've got our removal spells and artifact and enchantment to line it up. It just wouldn't be the arena if we didn't play Mono Black 5 or 6 times. Those of you regular watchers, Mono Black is underrepresented on the channel because I delete just all but like 1 or 2 of the games against it every day. So it requires me to record about 2 hours or so longer than I normally would have to if the meta had other decks in it. But, you know, it's worth it for you guys. Try to make the videos interesting instead of the Mono Black bonanza. It's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. Opponent with a great draw on the play here. Gotta take it. Nothing to try to trade for. Okay, we got the soul transfer. So we can discard... Discard you, get you back. What else? Do we discard the land and hope to draw another one? I don't think so. Too risky. Okay, double Fable, not great. see. Get that back. Send here. Play this little blocker. I'm ready for my Invoke Despair. And then hopefully we can untap and hook and catch up. No Invokey Despair? Okay. Sure. Maybe we don't hook to catch up, but I do think we chump. More sleeping. Sheldred the Apocalypse. Okay. Yeah, this is hook time, except I have this sweet reflection of Kiki Jiki. I don't really want to hook. Feels like hook time, though. Let's try attacking our opponent with a thing that makes a treasure and see how they respond to the situation. Level. Level. Okay. So, a lot of choices. Like, we could play Sheldred and we could play Bloodcaster and force them to attack through us. If I play the hook, they're the first mover afterwards, which is kind of terrifying, because if they do anything good, we're in trouble. It is also, like, forcing them to do something about the reflection does seem really good. I gotta do it. Gotta do it. Tough. I don't love it. Because whatever their follow-up here is, it's the first mover. And we have to outclass it or beat it somehow. Oh, okay. Could be worse. Could be worse. 3/4 Menace. Nothing to laugh at, but certainly not the end of the world. Another Sheldred. Maybe they don't have a good answer to it, but I'm still going to get Anvil cooking here along with another Fable. Important to get those cards cooking. Can Anvil take over and grind out this game? Not impossible, right? Got a shot. My turn. Is it worth draining here? I don't think so. Nighttime. Mana open, so we got to be careful with our Sheldred. We can let go of one of these hooks, I think. Can we also let go of the Bloodcaster? Just this hook. It's fine. There's a land. It's a 3/4 Menace to worry about. I think we play another Fable and a Bloodcaster. And I don't think we attack. Giving up the creature just because I don't see it attacking or doing much anytime soon. Creating multiple 1/1s. I think the blood tokens could be really relevant. Okay, so they cycle Takanuma. I'm sure they'll get a Trespasser. Sorin. Okay. Sure. I'll attack a Sorin. I got my stuff. They make a vampire, sure. There's a harvester off the top. Don't see a need to cycle anything here. So block here, block here. Sorin takes 2. Gonna hide the Blood Tithe Harvester, play the Sheldred.
Without me, we're all doomed.
So they've got to have some Invoke Despairs chilling in their hand based on how they spent the last turn cycle. So we'll just drop this and try to make it miserable for them. Do I drop this Harvester? I guess if they hook here, am I happy? Not particularly. I'd prefer to have this back. In that case, and we don't really want to crack a blood token, we'll tap this to just run it like this. Well, they have the stop and they have the grasp. They might have been holding it. Well, they've definitely been holding it for a while. But now we'll see if they can deal with the reflection. Or if they're going to get Harvester reflectioned here. Or Hook Fabled for a lot. Could be a thing too. Okay, aggression. Jeez, never didn't have it, huh? They really held those grasps. I had a weird feeling they were. I really had a weird feeling about that. You could hope their hand was 3 Invoke Despairs, but only I pull off hands like that. Braids is good. Very good. Since we have to stare at a frickin' 2/3 lifelink vampire, we gotta be careful here. Again, not really racing them, but we don't want to play this out right away. I'll play this out though. Down to 7, and now we're drawing cards. There's the Invoke. All right, creature, you. Enchantment, you. Wow. Yeah, you pull that back. You pull that back. We'll just go full drain mode here and finish the job. Full BMs. What a monster. All right, got through a mono black battle. That's what you like to see. Pair of Epicers on the draw. Bunch of little nerds. I don't know if they're gonna get damage in. We can't lose to a 90%er. Rank will plummet. Probably be straight out of the top 1,000. Gotta make it work. But I don't think you mull this hand. Not with your colors and your creatures. Okay, it's an island with priority. So play your Consider or your Delver. Okay, tick tick. Alrighty then. It's gonna be one of these games. Good arrest. Are you the type who downloads a CGB deck list and then goes into comments and is like, oh, and 50 with this deck? And you're still here trying to figure out how to syncopate something for 0? Maybe. Love ya. Thanks for the watch time. All right, with that consider cast, maybe this game can progress. I am not afraid of the opponent's flash creature. I'm not afraid of a Fairy Vandal ambush. I'm not afraid. I refuse. Refuse to back down. And never surrender, right? Confidence. Everything is confidence. Yeah, that's right. If I had a Braids in hand, maybe I'd blood cast. I'm a little nervous about Syncopate, I'm not gonna lie. And that would be pretty bad on the underdog, but having underdog and into Ob is better than Bloodcaster into Ob, right? When I already have a blood token. No Syncopates. None. Well, what are you doing over there? What? You didn't counter anything on turn 2. How can you possibly win? Also did not slam Jhin right there, did they? No, they did not. All right. That was their next path to victory, is if they slam a Hati Jhin, because this Ob Nixilis is going to be a problem if they just take this damage. Casualty. There has been a casualty. I think we go with the underdog here. There is an argument for the Epicure, but the loyalty does seem to matter. Opponent can only counter one. There's the negate. Do we make a devil? Is a devil likely to push damage on this board? Not really. We plus. I know there's nothing on the board, but if they play literally any of their creatures, our devil doesn't do anything. And we'd much rather force them to keep attacking. Here comes the Jhin, okay? Here it comes. So they have their negate open to protect it. Now we have to beat the Jhin on board. Which is going to be tough. We could attack. I think they'll block. I don't think they're afraid. So it's not a good attack. Let's plus Ob. Try to keep the Jhin attacking Ob Nixilis. Or Ob attacking their life total. They go to 10. Good. Play Braids. That will keep attacking their life total. Played around the Syncopate. Not the Make Disappear, but they haven't had it. This doesn't play around the Syncopate if they have it. Nope. Fading Hope could be bad. There it is. Okay, that buys them an important turn here. But they go to 9. We've got to find a way to push this damage to the finish here. 3 cards left. Ob on 5. They attack the Ob here. It doesn't die, so it can absorb hits for another turn. They don't. They're holding back. That's awesome. All right, I plus the Ob.
Defy me, and you'll lose everything.
Some argument to not casting anything, because if they can't play their counter spells, then their Jhin is weak. The problem with that strategy is if they have any card draw effect right now, then it's a very bad strategy. So it's probably better for us to try to run them out of stuff. I could play Bloodcaster and nothing else because they're expecting Braids, so they let this resolve, and then I don't play Braids. and make them hold up mana for another turn. And I have a chumper for the Jhin if I want to try to save Ob. Also gives us time to sack blood tokens to turn this swamp into something better. Oh, they're going for it. Okay, so they have plenty of counter spells, I think. This is at 4 now. So I don't think we run this out. I think we save it till next turn. Could be crazy, but I think we save it. Double Jhin is a dangerous situation. But they've only got 2 cards left. And only 2 mana. And now Ob is going to take one.
Your defiance is...
Alright, blood token time. What can we get? What can we do? Anvil. Anvil means we save this one. Anvil can drain him out.
Your punishment is my entertainment.
Fading Hope down. Look at the size of these attacks. So they're probably going to counter this Braids. But we can mess with them, right? Like maybe they bite on this Anvil? Maybe Anvil's what we really want to resolve. Yeah, we'll play the blocker. See if they let that go. They don't let anything go. Okay, sure. The life could be crucial. Actually, no, because we're threatening an underdog blitz next turn. Braids. Down to 5. Third Jhin. Is that enough? If they untap next turn, it's close to attacking for lethal. They can't attack with that Jhin, though. But underdog.
How dare you destroy what I built?
All right. All right. Squeaked that one out, didn't we? Leave your nasty comment. Leave your nasty I went 0-19 with this deck comment below. Aw, man, on the draw again, but removal spells this time. If this makes a blood token or this makes a treasure, we're doing the soul transfer jutsu. Okay, that's really good. Harvester to go with the soul transfers early could be really nice. You know, if the opponent doesn't just kill it with cut down. But we have to try. Never did have it. Now, do they? And this would be the 3rd time it's happened to me today if they do it. This exact curve where they play Trespasser. Yep, okay. It be that way sometimes, guys. It be that way. Now what? I think we have to get the Fable down. Then we have the enchantment and the artifact for the soul transfer in the future. It worked out for me last time I had a curve like this. I think the opponent played Sorin here. And yeah, I know, and you're thinking, but you won that game? I don't know. I don't know what happened. I blacked out. Looks like they're not playing Sorin this time. They're getting their Evolved Sleeper on. We go to 10. All right, draw Braids, cool. So this is also kind of the curve of last time. We discard this, we cast Soul Transfer and get it right back. Anything else we really want to discard? I don't think so. Everything else is great. Shelly. Okay, Shelly. Opponent might block trade here. Let's put him to the test. I'll take that trade. We can start slowing down all this offense. So we can play you. Because when we sack our treasure, we'll get a 1/1. We can play you. Could also exile the Trespasser, but I'm not that worried about it. Now that we have blockers. And nothing in our graveyard to really tear apart. Alright, Invoke Despair. Never didn't have it. What a perfect curve. Yeah, we'll sacrifice the creature to keep them from drawing. Now, do we play Shieldred to try to get back in this? Or do we try to hold on and avoid that? Ob's not that great, is it? Curve isn't great either, but I guess we can Braids them. I guess we could double Ob here. Make one Devil. Could be a pain. Not the worst, right? Make them get through it. Also, if they have another Invoke Despair, it at least partially takes that on. Actually, if we discard a creature here, they're gonna trespass it, but maybe we Soul Transfer, just get this back, but then we just lose to Invoke Despair. And you know they come with 2. There's always 2. It's like frickin' Sith. Give it to them. They discard. Weird. They see no use. Yep, I told you, man. I told you. You guys would have lost that game, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? All right. Opponent can knock us to 1, or they can kill Ob. Interesting, they exile that. They're afraid of another Soul Transfer. Big brain. Blood Tithe Harvester gives us a blood token to sacrifice. It's pretty important to making Oni Cult Anvil work for us. Ready for their Meat Hook as well? Like, how perfect can a draw be? Let's find out. Oh, we gotta think. We got a thinker. Ooh, baby. Fresh. Block with the Harvester because we have no blood to sack it to, and blocking this way makes another blood. Lily. Okay. Ooh, discard? Discard. I guess we can't yet kill her, but we can bring her really low. I guess I'll keep the cards that produce value and let Shieldred go. Feels kind of bad, but we can get it right back. Don't have to. So, Soul Transfer, get back Shieldred. Braids, sack blood token, drain, draw. Shieldred, really get ahead on board and start gaining life. We will have to discard again to Liliana, right? So maybe... We also have to think about Underdog, don't we? Oh, we'll have an untapped because of the Anvil. We're good. Okay, so we go like this. We go like this. Can't get Shieldred back yet.
No fun when they hit back.
But we have another one, so it's okay. No enchantment on the board. Sleeper off the top. Don't have an easy answer to that yet, and the opponent can definitely get to a draw point with it next turn. Second Anvil. Mana is definitely tight here, but with them empty-handed, I think we drop this and make them find a solution. So now drawing really hurts. Get him! Do we save the blood token? It combines with Braids really well. Whereas the construct doesn't combine nearly as well. Because they can choose to sacrifice a creature, whereas the blood token almost always gets money. Whittling them down, whittling them down. Curtains. You gonna activate that? No, they're gonna draw with the sleeper instead. Even though it cost them 3 life. And suddenly we're ahead on the board. Both the life total board and the board. Has Death Touch. Easy block. Oh, 4. Has to be blocking the Shieldred, right? We can pretty much force that if we want to. Can also blitz this underdog, which is almost complete death for them if they don't have something right here. Game. Whoo, baby. We beat that curve twice. We beat that curve twice, and we're back in the top 100 playing Anvil, the other Rakdos deck. And we are back for the post-game wraps, and we're checking out the stats powered by MTG Assistant for playing Braids Anvil in High Mythic, and we were able to pick up 7 wins and 2 losses. We were only on the play twice. That's kind of brutal, and the 100% win rate doesn't surprise me one bit. Being on the play in best of 1 is amazing, especially if you have 1 mana cards in your deck, even if they're epicer. On the draw, 7 times. We did it on hard mode, but we still showed up and got a good win percentage, which is hard to do, quite frankly. It also shows that cards like Voltage Surge and Infernal Grasp, that it feels like you just need them when you're on the draw. Maybe you don't. We found a way to do it with only 4 soul transfers and a bunch of little vampires that make blood tokens. So maybe that mental block that you might have on needing removal when you're on the draw is overrated, because we certainly pulled it off. We went 3-1 against Mono Black, which is a dangerous opponent to be sure, and what you most need to beat in the meta. Also, the 5-color Joda deck should have been a win. I threw that one away. Definitely did not read the entire card. Read the card! Didn't read the entire card, baited myself into an L there. So yeah, should have an even higher win rate than that. Should be 8-1 despite being on the draw 7 times. That should be a good endorsement for the deck. And if this is a strategy you've been thinking about getting into and something you might want to try, I would recommend it, because it will probably remain a strong grinding ladder deck that can definitely get you to Mythic. The caution I'll give you is that Braids is a very narrow card. It doesn't fit into a ton of different archetypes. If you craft it for this deck, it will probably not be good in many other decks. So you need to want to play this deck a lot. Hopefully that helps you. By the way, you stayed until the end of the video. Thank you. That is the #1 thing you can do for my channel. If you'd like to support me some more, you can leave a comment, hit like, and hit subscribe. That helps a lot too. If you really get a lot of enjoyment and entertainment out of what I do, you can sign up for Patreon. There's a link in the description, or you can hit join right there as a member, and you'll get access to the live streams that I'm doing here on YouTube that are members only. All right, I hope you enjoyed the video, and Braids Anvil. Please don't play it too much. I'm afraid of this deck. It actually tilts me because, Anvil, trigger, Anyway, thank you. You're cool.